Well, welcome back to Bourbon Riders. In today's first pour series, we're going to crack open the Old Elk Wheated Bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. Now, I had seen several shows about talking about alternatives for Weller, whether it be Weller Special Reserve, Weller Antique 107, Weller 12 years, or I think there's Weller Foolproof. There's a lot of Wellers out there. I'm lucky to have one Weller in the back, a Special Reserve. I absolutely love that product. I've had a few wheated bourbons before, and just they were okay. I'm not a rye fan. Most bourbons that have a high rye content are not my favorite. Not that I dislike them. I just had a review of Wild Turkey 101 high rye content. I think it's a fine bourbon. It's a great value for the money. I would have no problem drinking it if someone gave it to me in a neat or over ice. And it wouldn't, no problem at all. Let's get to it. We've already taken the plastic off, so let's see what kind of pop we can get from this. It's kind of a very unique top on it, and I can see that it's a cork, but it's really cool looking. Very mild pop, so not a lot of vacuum in there. I would say it looks like a synthetic cork, but it doesn't matter as long as it keeps the flavor in. This is a heavy bottle. I mean, you look at the glass in it, like very nice, very old-fashioned kind of 1920s kind of bottle, if you ask me. So, little darker amber than I normally see. I mean, it's beautiful color. Light on the oil, so not too oily. I don't like a bourbon that's real oily, and then sometimes it just stays on your palate too long, or the wrong flavors get to the wrong place on your palate because the oil's carrying them. That seems to be about normal. I don't have my regular Glencairn glass with me. I've been doing too many first pour videos that keep getting dirty. So this is part of my Spirits Flight set from Aged in Ore. It's in glass, so that's all that matters. Say that real fast. Interesting. Not your typical bourbon smell. It does remind me of the Maker's 46, which is also a wheated bourbon. I certainly get brown sugar, molasses, vanilla, caramel, candy type sweetness. A little bit of fruit. Reminds me of, you know, those brown sugar Pop-Tarts you used to eat as a kid? Not the one with the stupid frosting on them, just a plain old brown sugar that was in the middle, and it'd get heated up and you'd smell those things and go like, oh man, that smells good. Brown sugar Pop-Tart, man, that's what it smells like. Being wheat, that kind of makes sense too. All right, well, let's try the palate. Cheers. Nice. It's got a little bit of spice when you first taste it. Very smooth. I mean, Spicier than the Maker's 46. Smoother than the Maker's 46. About the same level of sweetness, but there's just something more complex about it. It's something I just can't get my head around in the taste. And then taste, cream, toffee, vanilla, toasted almonds, clove. Well, certainly some of those flavors you would find in a Pop-Tart. And they say nothing about the wheat taste, but I mean, I tasted that in the Makers, that I get that sweet wheat flavor along with a fruit. They say toasted almonds. I thought more like brown sugar, cinnamon, cream, toffee. You know, sometimes when you mix all those things together, it's hard to pull an individual flavor out. So I'm still sticking with my brown sugar Pop-Tart. Soaked in bourbon. Yeah. This is an excellent sipper. The proof is 92, 46 APV. I don't taste it. I've got a little light Kentucky hug going on, but I didn't smell the proof when I had it to the nose. The proof was not the first thing that hit me. You know, some bourbons, that's the first thing you have to get used to, and then after a couple sips, your brain just kind of ignores it and picks up the other flavors. Not on this one. You really don't notice the proof, but that Kentucky hug reminds you, yeah, it's there, and that nice warm feeling you get from it. I like a light Kentucky hug when it's kind of comes in like a wave. I don't like that. That reminds me of almost like heartburn, like, oh, it's just not a pleasant feeling. But when it just kind of warms you up on the inside and then kind of fades away, that's the kind of bourbon that I want to be drinking. But I like it. I mean, I thought the Maker's 46 was good. This is better. But it does come at a cost. The Maker's 46 can be had, I think, under $40. This is right at $70. So I guess it depends how often you're drinking it and whether you really want to up the game a little bit on your wheated bourbon. Now, I'm not done trying wheated bourbons because I'm really kind of seeing what's out there and is there anything better than Weller. Now, do I like this better than Weller? I would tell you I don't. I don't think it's a replacement for Weller, but it's very good. Overall, very happy with it. I wish it was a little lesser expensive. I wish I could buy this in the $40 range. I wouldn't mind spending a little bit more than I paid for my Wellers, but I'm still glad I got it. And I will likely replace it when I empty it. It might make a good infinity bottle too, because it's a really cool looking bottle, isn't it? So anyways, I hope you liked the video and that you'll subscribe for more videos like this. We do more than just bourbon reviews at Bourbon Writers. I mean, we're all about going and finding bourbon on our motorcycle. That's the main function of what we do. All the other stuff is just, it's the middle of winter. I got to do something. So please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll have more content, including more reviews and more about this old elk. So be safe out there. And always, please don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time. It's in glass, so that's all that matters. Say that real fast.